5 tips to make an amazing website. Assalamu alaikum, this is your brother Mohammad Arshad, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips to make your website absolutely inspiring, amazing, wonderful. Okay, so the first thing to realize is that your website is a very, very important thing because it's like your shop window to the whole world. Okay, so the first tip I have for you is get clear on your objective. What is the objective of your website? The reason why I'm saying that is everything you're trying to do should be done based on your objective. So some people, they might be making a website just to tell the world about themselves. Some people may be building a website for lead generation. Some people may be building a website for sales, right? So what you need to do is, before you actually touch the website in any way, sit down and write what is the exact objective of the website. One of the things I would say is that I always say try and get marketers involved or get your marketing mindset on rather than a design mindset, because when it comes to websites, ultimately what you want it to do is you want it to convert a visitor to a customer. So someone who's visiting your website, you want the website to actually go through a process which converts them to being a customer. So the first thing I would say is get clear on the objective and make sure that it's aligned to that thing about converting them. And of course you can still have design principles in there which help the website to look beautiful. The more beautiful it is, the better it is. You know, that's all going to help the conversion, inshallah, but ultimately get clear on the objective. The second thing is get clear on the journey. What is the journey that you want a website visitor to go through? A lot of the times that you'll come to a website and it's got like a picture here, and then it's got messaging there, and then it's got a call to action there, and there's a call to action there. And so as a consumer, when you come to the website, you're just confused, like, do I look there? Do I look there? Do I look there? Do I look there? Once I do that, what do I do? But if you make it simple, if you make it like, what I want the customer to see is I want them to see what we do first. And then that's the main thing that's there, and then after that I want them to see this, and then I'm going to point down, as in like I want them to go down. And so think about what is the journey you want them to go through, because if someone's brand new to your website, you don't know them, they don't know you, you have to develop that relationship, right? It has to go through different stages of intimacy for them to realize that, you know, they like you, they know you, they trust you. So what is the kind of journey I want to take them through, and how am I going to do that? Okay. The third thing is the messaging. So while they're going through this journey, what is the messaging that I'm saying to them? What are the kind of things they're getting from the words that I've written, and all the kind of things I'm saying, and all the things that I'm communicating to them? So it's very, very important that you get clear on the messaging. Now the messaging, all of this stuff, again, it goes back to who is your audience, you know, what is your offering, how is it best to kind of communicate to them. So get clear on the messaging, write it all down before you touch the website so you're clear that this is the messaging that we want to kind of share with them. Then the fourth thing is, how do you communicate the messaging? Because there's lots of ways to do it nowadays, right? So you could have something that's purely visual, you could have something that's audio, you could have an infographic, you could have video, you could have animation. There's so many different ways for you to communicate now with your customers. So you need to think that on this journey that I'm taking them through, I'm going to give them certain messaging. Which is the best format for me to give them the messaging in? How shall I communicate this? So start to think about all the ideas you want to kind of share with them and how best to communicate that with them. The fifth and final thing is do bright spotting. Bright spotting. What is bright spotting? Bright spotting is basically going and looking at what's working with others and then copying that. Okay, so for example, I was giving feedback to someone who was in the fashion industry, right? So what I did is I looked at their website, I gave them all the feedback, but then I went and opened like 10 of the biggest fashion websites in the world. And I said, look at what they're doing here. Look at the way they've got their call to action. Look at the messaging. Look at the way they're actually saying things, right? And so you can learn so much by going to your industry leaders, the people that are top in your industry or in similar industries, and learning and seeing how they're doing things, and then not only copying, but actually innovating and improving upon what they're doing. And then once you do that, you'll find that the website overall is amazing. So let me just recap those 5 steps for you. The first thing is for you to get clear on what is the objective of the website, right? What's the objective? And we said this is all about converting the visitors to a sale or to a lead or to whatever you want it to be. The second is get clear on the journey. Make a specific journey that you want them to go through, map it out, and make sure that the website follows that journey. The third thing is messaging. Make sure that your messaging is aligned to your audience and is aligned to what you're offering them. The fourth thing is the communication. How do you communicate? Do we use video? Do we use audio? Do we use graphics? Do we use animation? What do we use to communicate what we're trying to say? And the fifth thing is bright spot. Go out there and look at what people are doing and make sure that you don't only copy, but you actually improve and you innovate on that. Now, some of these things I've discussed here when it comes to the journey, the objective, the messaging, one of the ways to get help on something like this is by going to muslimceo.com and checking out the free training, the case study that we've got there. It talks all about how to do messaging. It talks about how to know what your avatar is all about, and really goes into the depth of some of the stuff you're going to need to build your website. And of course, if you need help after watching that free training, then give us a shout. We'll be happy to help. Jazakallah khair for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.